Well, Steve, we have a booth out at Friday Fest, and you
Yep.
said probably going to get lucky and not have showers in that area at the
No
Van
storms,
Wezel.
no storms, and hopefully they have enough of a breeze to keep you cool. It's
Hopefully.
a nice evening shaping up.
Yeah.
But overnight, maybe some storms. Take a look at our webcam from Casey Key, and a beautiful sight it is. Look at the storms trying to build up out there in the Gulf of Mexico. But I think the air has become so stable during the afternoon and late morning that we're not going to have any storms until the wee hours of the morning. Currently at Sarasota Bradenton International Airport, the temperature is 87, dew point 73, 63% humidity. It feels more like 96, 97 outside right now, but that'll start cooling off. The yellows and greens are a result of rain that has cooled part of the state. Still 80 in Tampa, Fort Myers 86. Miami is recovering from storms they had earlier today. And across our viewing area, temperatures in the upper 80s right along the immediate coast. But that rain, those storms out in Hardy County and southern Hillsborough and northeastern Manatee County have cooled things off a little bit up there. But with the sun coming back up, it'll warm up again in the next hour or so. Look at the storms blowing across the state. They're also dying down. Things are calming down much earlier than I thought they would earlier today, but you see those storms. There was an outflow boundary coming from those storms, but as the atmosphere stabilized, it looks like we're not going to see anything more, at least for about 6 hours. We'll see. It is getting blistering hot in the Midwest. These are current temperatures: 103 at Wichita, 102 at Oklahoma City, 100 in Dallas. Cools off only to about 80 degrees tonight and then warms back up again. 104 Wichita, 104 Oklahoma City, Kansas City 101, even St. Louis 102. It's hot along the Atlantic coast too. Temperatures right now in the upper 90s in many spots and all the way up to New York City tomorrow. They'll make it up into the low 90s. Washington, D.C. will top off at 95. There are heat advisories along the Atlantic coast for tomorrow as well. We have a little trough of low pressure over the northern Gulf, otherwise high pressure blankets 2/3 of the country. And it's that sinking, drying air that is causing the heat in the Midwest. It means all the action is in the northern third of the country, and they've just had a parade of storms moving across the northern plains and upper Mississippi Valley. And just in the last few minutes, they've issued a broad area of Iowa, Illinois, and Indiana under a severe thunderstorm watch. We have a couple tornado warnings too, up in the northern part of the Dakotas and to Brainerd, Minnesota, home of Babe the Blue Ox. We have a line of heavy thunderstorms moving from Fargo in that direction. Let's take a look at the tropics. And this is the time of year where we got a lot of waves of Saharan sand blowing across the Atlantic that kind of suppresses tropical storm development out there. It peaks in July and actually makes things much more conducive for development during August. And some of the computer models are thinking during the first and second week of August, we could see more convection out in the Atlantic and potential of tropical storm development. But right now, it's very calm and should stay that way through the end of July. Here's that little trough of low pressure over the northern Gulf. You kind of see it there. It will spin around some of those storms, but things are calming down. Also, temperatures, even though it's going to be quiet, the stage is being set. These are water temperatures in the mid and upper 80s in the Gulf of Mexico and even in the low 80s out in the Atlantic. So everything is getting set for an active tropical storm season, so we do need to stay alert, even though it's been quiet so far. Here's our futurecast for the overnight hours, showing the storms ending, more developing overnight and in the early morning hours and then moving eastward. Same thing happens on Sunday, but I think the coverage will not be quite as great. Here's my forecast for the beach and boating. On a great day out there, southeasterly winds becoming southwesterly, 5 to 10 in the afternoon, a light chop on bay and inland waters. It's going to be warm though. Even though it's air temperature 89, it's going to feel more like 99. Here's a 7-day outlook showing the chance of thunderstorms around 40–50% for the next couple of days, and then it eases off, a little bit drier air and less chance of thunderstorms during the early part of next week. That's our weather. Scott Haley.